Hello and welcome to episode 39 of our Timberborn Update 6 Folktales playthrough, here in cycle 49, day 15. And last time, we did something. We reorganized all of our industrial area here in our hilltop district to look a little bit better, and in the process, probably screwed a whole bunch of stuff up. But this is a huge improvement. It looks a whole lot better. It's a lot more efficient in terms of space usage. Actual production, the jury's probably still out on that one, but regardless, I think we can be pretty happy with that. There's a little bit of cleanup we still have to do, like taking all these extra platforms out, maybe planting some stuff, trees or recreation, something or other up here, and modifying a little bit of this stuff. I don't think we're going to need to have 6 smelters. Also, like, none of these things are prioritized by haulers, and a couple of you guys roasted me for that, but that's fine. We just need to get the bot population up again. Remember, it was like 240, almost 250 last episode before we started rebuilding everything. So I think what's going to happen here is we're just going to have to let this thing run. I make sure these are all prioritized. We can actually use technology because we have access to that. Yeah, these are all good to go. We have 4 bot assemblers. We have 6 part factories. So in theory, it's fine. In practice, we're going to be lagging behind on limbs at some point. But we'll go ahead, get this thing going, and let them take care of what they're going to take care of. A number of you commented about the arrangement and quantity of buildings and all that stuff, and I think we're going to be fine. We just have to get more bots to run everything. Paper mill production, it's that Timberborn math that makes my brain turn to, like, jello. So what I'm going to do to help that a little bit, in terms of having enough paper, is we have all this space right here that is just begging for some paper production, since we have printing presses in here. And I know this is not really in a great spot to be properly utilized, but we have a little thing called platforms that can help us accomplish many different goals. So, I'm going to have to spend a little bit of time fumbling around to see what I can fit where. And it's going to be probably a little more irritating than I would care for, but I am at least somewhat committed, not to a mental asylum, not yet, but somewhat committed to getting this actually operating effectively here. So, best way for that to happen is going to be to just... Oh, somebody's stuck inside! Oh, no, you made the mistake of being at work past closing time. They locked you in the building. That, friends, is what we call a skill issue. But I digress. We have got to get this super uglified in a way that makes things look stupid, but also just works. So as soon as that goes right there. So now this has a little cut through here. And the reason why I'm doing that is so I can put in a staircase there, and then bring that out here, and then come over here and put in a couple of paper mills, which we have the ability to do very nice and cleanly, just like that. And that will help feed these two, and then there will be some extra to slop around and, you know, bring up here, because at the end of the day, all I'm really concerned about is, can we make enough punch cards and enough books? Because, look, our well-being has dropped to 54 on average because we have so many beavers working up here. But that won't be a thing forever. We'll get it taken care of. Not gonna be a problem. So, now that that's been kind of set into motion, why is this saying it's not connected to... Oh! Duh. I have to connect the little paper thing right there. So, like I said, we need to kind of clean this area up, and by kind of clean it up, I mean we need to definitely super clean it up. I don't want to get rid of the little dam here, but I do want to get rid of all that extra nonsense. We do have these extra platforms that I'm going to just manually delete so we don't have any problems here around where our large tanks are put in. These don't have to stay here. These large tanks can go pretty much anywhere else. So if we can find a decent spot for that, I don't think recreationally speaking, these guys in that place up there, this place up here, whatever, need too much more. I think a lot of the problem is because now there's almost all of them working again. But we have space up here within the general environs of where they are staying to put in a couple more things for them to use, like campfires or something to that effect. And we have so much rubble just on the ground. The aftermath of a Lonely Island music video shoot. But we will, is there a path here? Yes, okay. I'm going to actually fill in a couple of these. See if I can find a spot. Yeah, that's going to work great. Take this path out. That one out, that one out. Careful not to delete the rubble, because you know we absolutely have to keep all this stuff. Oh, actually, yeah, metal blocks, that's kind of important. But we're going to pop this stuff in here. And what that's going to do is that's going to give us a little bit more space to put in stuff like campfires. So the way this is set up right here, I'm just going to pop in those like that. Bring this in like so, and then we end up having this little funkiness right here. In terms of well-being, I mean, we have the 2 detailers. I think that's probably fine. We have carousels, we have an agora, we have... Well, we don't need an herbalist because we don't have contaminated beavers. Did we ever have a single contaminated beaver in this playthrough? I don't know that we did. Lido, probably. Probably would be nice to have another one of those, but honestly, I think we are okay. The contemplation spots, yeah, you know what? We could put another couple of these in. So I'll just put 2 right there, that'll work. Medical beds is probably not going to need very many more of those, even though we have a couple who are currently injured. Well, just to take care of them, I'll put 3 of those medical beds in. The rest of this teeth grindstone, they're not really... Well, actually, they might be cutting trees now. No, I see the blue light. And Kmart's been closed forever, so that's got to just be bots doing all that stuff. Rooftop terraces, we've got probably enough. So, I'm going to go ahead and just have the builders collect all of this garbage here. As much as we can. If I can actually select stuff, thank you. And I know there's more to get rid of, and we haven't solved all of our problems yet. But the way that this is put in here, we really don't need all of this. Easily be picked up, made nice and clean and organized. So once we're not in a drought, there will be water flowing through here, and this will actually look pretty nice if we can organize it a little bit better. And I think this is begging for us to just have a cleaner entry to this area. Whether it's moving the bridge to right here-ish. Because right here is not going to work. The agora's there. But these tanks are going to move. I already told you about that. So if we just decide exactly where it makes sense to have those tanks rebuilt. I think I like the idea of it being in the general vicinity of where a lot of bots are going to be coming in and out of spaces. So... let's see, here would make sense. Here, well, this is all going to get removed anyway, but if I just did here and here, for the sake of just having it work, would be nice to get that taken care of. Then I can get rid of these, which I can't really, you know, say empty until they're able to be emptied. But we can start making progress toward making our new little bridge thing right here. And I know this staircase right here is kind of just something I put there because it had room to go there. It doesn't mean we're going to be married to that forever. So what I will do... Oh, we have so much wood, I'm not even going to bother trying to cut it down. I'm just going to kill that whole line of trees. These all birches anyway? Yeah, okay, well that's kind of strange how that happened. But this can start getting converted here. I think it's going to end up... It's not going to let me do it, of course. What it should end up being, in this spot, should be 2 3s. 2 3x1s. One here and then one here. Assuming the land is in the same kind of configuration that I think it is. We might have to do a little bit of terraforming, but I mainly just want to clear this mess out so we don't have to worry about that. And I know we still have these power shafts here. We don't need those. So that's going to all go away. That platform can go away. I know there's more stuff under here, but I don't want to complicate things too much. A little bit, maybe, but we have so much stuff going on over here that it's kind of a challenge just to keep everything organized in a way that makes sense. So they're going to take their sweet time doing that. In terms of bots, we have 4 here, we have 4 here, so they can actually do the work. They're just going to take some time. So I've got how many unemployed? 7. All right. We're not going to keep this here forever, but I will go ahead and I'm going to employ 4 regular beavers as workers there, and then I imagine, yeah, I'll put another one here. Because we're going to need them to pick up the pace and take care of all that stuff. But how are we doing over here? We've got paper mills. These need to be automated, but we don't have the bots currently to do that. This district, this place down here, does have a decent stock of paper, well, relative to the amount of storage space we don't have for paper. Books. Taking a while. I know the beavers eat the books. We've established that, so that's not a problem. What's this? Extract. Now, is extract a problem because I paused these? Actually, this one's not paused. It just doesn't have anybody working there. Huh. Okay, well, we're going to have to bring... Oh, I only built one. Okay, well, this is going to... this is going to cause so many problems. So many problems trying to do this, but... bring another bot in here, prioritized by haulers, and then... Oh, okay, this one was already set to down priority. Alright, so that's working. These trees... Yeah, these are fine. We'll just leave that alone. This thing's been sitting here for a couple episodes now, not activating. And I know there's a lot of you that say, oh, just set it off every time, but it marks the end of the playthrough with the little you did it achievement award thing. So, like, the first time we do it really ought to be the end. Future times, and yeah, we can set off as often as we want, so why not? But I just think it's important to set that off next time when we finish this playthrough. So, one thing we do need to do, however, is put in a little warehouse, and by little I mean medium size, for all of our paper. And then this one can actually get used as book storage, because we have, well, we previously had no book storage except for this book storage. So do as I say, not as I do, and also don't do as I say, because it's probably not going to be what I... Anyway, you get the idea. We've got these builders, they're building. There's not enough access to some of this stuff. See, this is what happens when this gets dangerous. You get comfortable with yourself, you think, you know what, I know where I can put all this stuff, I know what I'm doing. And then you put things in stupid locations and you think to yourself, why did I do that? And then you get distracted, and then you don't do what you're supposed to be doing, and then things turn out badly, and then people roast you in the comments for being stupid, rightfully so. So there you go. I guess I can get that shoved over where it's supposed to go. They still haven't come to remove these, which I guess is fine. Wonder why they're not building this, though. I guess I just have to prioritize. We have so much stuff on the ground. Well, obviously that's why they're not, because they're trying to pick this stuff up, but they can't, so then they don't. And then it turns into a whole thing. But we are very slowly ticking our bot count back up. It's gonna be a little while before we can get everything completely handled. but I think we're going to be okay. Now let's peel back the layers here. Not that far. A couple people had some questions about how this was working. We have bot part factories here, and we have bot part factories here. We have 6 in total. We probably could have built some more, but we didn't. And I'm thinking, now looking at how this is set up, I probably do need to kind of redo some of this, but we're at the point now where it's honestly kind of feeling like, all right, we probably don't need to worry about it. So we're not even using this printing press right now because we don't have enough bots. I have 3 of these making punch cards and 1 making books. Assuming we have enough paper, we're making every 1.5 hours over here, we're making 2 books because I have 2 of these. That might still not be enough for this district by itself. So, I mean, I'm not familiar enough with the Folktales industrial process, clearly. Just because the numbers are so weird on the math, it doesn't really lend itself to a nice, clean division of, well, anything. But, I mean, I hate to keep building more garbage here, but we're probably going to need to. And I have this upward power shaft here that is, in fact, connected to nothing. So we're not going to build on it, but in case that we had the ability to use it, then maybe we could put something here, but I really don't want to. I just don't think it's something worth doing. So, I know this is already in here, and it's like, oh, why are you getting rid of that? You're not doing anything. It's fine. It's fine. Just don't worry about it. Don't ask any questions. Because you're going to come away with more questions than answers. But I think what we can do, I know we just had a conversation about you're not making enough paper. Well, we're going to run into problems with our bot parts supply. And I really should have at least 1 more bot part factories, maybe 2, depending on what we're looking like. Because right now I have technically enough limbs going, but I have 52 heads and only 1 chassis. Like that's not gonna cut the mustard. It really should be like 50 something limbs and like 10 each, 12 or 13, whatever the math works out to, for the heads and the chassis. But they're just not. For whatever reason, they're just not doing it. As long as the bot assemblers aren't having problems keeping up, it really doesn't matter. But I'm just at the point where I feel like I may have made a mistake, but it's too early to definitively tell just how bad it was. So this one is, I really should not have built that way, but it's fine. We'll just leave it like it is. We've got this extra bit here we don't need. Get that cleaned up. I mean, if you haven't gathered at this point, this episode is basically just trying to make things look a little bit nicer before we come back in the finale to do literally anything else. So, let's go ahead, put in, well, get these things removed. First of all, this is already very full. So I guess we just have to just kind of let this happen, let it continually be emptied, and then removed. And then I've got to put something else in here. Yeah, we're absolutely going to have to do terraforming. But again, I want to remove this mess here and just have this be a nice-looking natural stream with a bridge of industrial nonsense on top of it. And I know there's other stuff we could be doing. Okay, 2 logs, don't care. Pine resin. Did I have a pine resin storage in here? I sure hope so. Yes, I do. Okay, that's fine. There's other places on the map that we could... Why is this flooded? Oh, because that finally backed up? Okay, but I thought this was... Oh, okay. Alright, so what I actually want is I want this to be gone so this can flow out this way. Okay. Because this also... Yep, that got built. And now it's all coming out this way. Well, let's go ahead and get this blockage out of here. I guess I'll start with this side. Too far from the... Okay, I know these guys can walk on this. There we go. Just come grab that out of the way. They have to take a very, very circuitous route to get here. Okay, never mind. They're already on the scene. But now, see, it's still flowing off this way. The waterfall animation really does look nice. But we need to incentivize it to come out this way. But I kind of don't want to have a channel cut in here. So that means I'm going to find another way to waste my time here. But why does this still have all the pollution stuff? Because I thought this was, well, it never said it was going to completely block pollution, did it? Probably not. That's just kind of one of those weird things, I guess. So this needs to have a dam here, or I just need to say, you know what, this is just going to be what it is, and we have to just blast this out in the center. Which would be unfortunate, but in the interest of actually having this finished and looking decent, I guess what we're going to need to do is just suck it up and blast it out here. I guess that's just going to be the long and short of it. So... this is 2. This is another 2. I guess I could kind of get away with this by doing one of these numbers here. I think it'll be fine. We want the water not to go to waste on this side. We want it to go to waste over here, where we're not using it. I just want it to look nice, or as nice as I can. This probably also should be corralled a little bit, but maybe it's not that big of a deal. Yeah, we got all the beavers with my face on their tails. Just popping dynamite in the ground. And this guy's going super slow because he doesn't have any juice. And he can't get to it because this is flooded. Actually, this one, nope, still flooded. That just got moved up a little bit. Okay, I got 2 here that are still waiting on. They're going to take their time doing this, though, so we'll leave that alone for the time being. Any more garbage that needs to get picked up? Probably. Although after a while, I think we're going to run out of stuff. Are we at least keeping up over here? Yeah, we got a lot of paper over there, so that's fine. This district doesn't care about paper. But the balance of stuff seems to... Well, we don't have a lot of storage. But it seems to be working. We have 1,000 scrap metal. That's pretty good. But I haven't checked our import-export in a while. Okay. Probably don't need to force import, well, any of this stuff anymore. Certainly not paper because we're not actually using it over here. Although we could put in one of those punch card makers. So that would actually require paper input. So maybe... The rest of these, though, okay, that still needs to be force imported. Logs and water. Well, water we don't need to force import because we have a pump. But you know what? I think I can't escape putting in a this thing. Printing press. The press for printing. Press specifically designed to print. Can I? That's not gonna attach nicely, is it? Well, I don't need to have a path coming up here anymore, so that can get removed. We're generating tons of power. Thank you, lag. Yeah. Well, actually, technically speaking, it's not tons, but it is enough. So that's okay. No storage space available, no caring about deleting it, so that works. And since I have planned so splendidly well, this is what we're working with here. Bring that right around, have that set to punch cards. They have a little storage of pine resin. They're about to get a storage of paper and a storage for punch cards. Just make it nice and easy. One-stop shop for all of your card punching needs. Which also means another open spot that needs to be filled, but the hauling slush will take care of it. Until we have enough bots, which, again, the number is slowly increasing. Eventually. Alright. We're almost done. Almost done here. They're going to grab the rest of that stuff out of there. And then we can finally remove the large tanks and hopefully make this look a little bit better in the process. This one might take a little while, but this is the one we're really worried about. Because that's going to be the thing we got to deal with. Alright, let's dynamite here. Dynamite here. Nobody's stupid enough to walk in the middle of this, right? Oh, I forgot that I had to put one of those there. Good thing we remembered. But I can already go ahead and set this off. Actually, no, I can't because this one is in the way, so that's going to get removed. I almost made a stupid mistake. But this hopefully should stop our overflowing here and redirect the overflowing instead to come down this side and then right out that way. Which means this is now too tall, which is unfortunate, but hey, it's fine. This is empty, so away with that monstrosity. Come pick up all your pieces here. And then as that becomes a deal, then I can think about how I'm going to have this situated here. So 3 across here brings us to probably where it should also be 3 across, but it's too low. So I will go ahead and start building this, but we are going to have to come in. Okay, no storage for planks. I got 2,000 planks. Okay. All right, I am no longer concerned about saving these. So that becomes very easy to just get rid of those. And as a result of this, we're not going to need this path here. Take that off of the dam. And this is not quite empty yet. But they're, you know, they're doing their best. They're making it work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start coming in here and filling in... Oh, I right-clicked when I should have left-clicked. It happens to all of us. Now I gotta start filling in our land a little bit. Not quite everywhere, but I do want it to be at the correct height here so we can put this bridge in. Just start clearing up the rest of this mess here. This goes across here. Isn't really what we want. I need to remove this and then put in the rest of a bridge this way. And what that's going to do is... Hold on, is that the actual... Okay. Well, this will be nice and easy to get set up like so, because then, once that's done, I can get rid of this path here, and here, and here, and here, and here, and not there, and here, and here, and here. What is this? Planks? Alright, goodbye, planks. Don't need you. Still not quite empty. This does connect now, so I can go ahead and remove that connection and put in our terrain block here, which we don't have a lot of dirt, and I think that's because we don't have a lot of extract, and we also don't have a lot of anybody working here. So that is now a prioritized building. I had not realized that had gotten that far, but hey, look at this. This looks a whole lot better now that this is just kind of keeping this filled up. We got nice flow here. Looking good, looking good. This has always been fine. Yeah, I mean, if you want to make a case for it, we could spend just eternity continuing to do a whole bunch of stuff here, but I don't think that's what the majority of us, or myself, want to spend a whole lot of our time doing. We managed to have some pretty good stuff in this one, and we're about at the point where it needs to end, so that's what we're doing here. All right, catalyst. I've got 64. Gotta wait for those bots to come back and get all that stuff, but we are very slowly making our way toward not having to worry about any of that stuff. I don't know if I really want to put any more dirt in this area or just leave it alone. Honestly, it's probably fine as is. I just want this to be actually, accessible so we can finish the bridge here before the end of this episode. Got 51. Do I really want to sit here and wait all that long? I probably have to. Pine resin, we're really not using that much of it, so that can go away. Pine resin. Yeah, it's a whole warehouse I just pretty much wiped off the face of the earth, but we don't need it, so it's fine. Still don't have enough bots to take care of the rest of this stuff. And that's part of the reason why I really probably should be prioritizing. So it's dangerous, right? You have so many punch card needs that you feel like you need to prioritize all of your printing presses that are making punch cards. But then it turns into a huge problem because then you don't have enough, anybody to do anything else except prioritize and deprioritize things in a loop. That's where we're at. All right, how much is left in here? 39. You know what? I'm just going to say enough is enough, and they can come grab all the materials from this. And if there's catalyst left over, then we'll just get rid of it. And I'm getting the feeling the planks and catalyst are going to be the theme of the day here, for we have way too much of this stuff. So we'll just go ahead and get rid of that, save the rest. So now the main advantage to doing this, how we've done it, is now I can pop that thing in and then put my fingers on the wrong buttons once again. Pop this guy in, and oh no, I made an ugly. Well, about that, we can just not have it be there and it be perfectly fine. We can move it over one and no one will be hurting for it. Or we could put it somewhere else and it'll be totally fine. That's the power of how we do this. So I am going to move this over to the other side just to kind of balance this out a little bit. Get rid of here. And I know we have storage for books and we have storage for... We really don't have storage for punch cards over here? Surely I can't be that dense. Okay, no, we do. It's just a small warehouse. 2 small warehouses. See, that really should be probably a nice medium warehouse right here for the punch cards. And then we can decorate it a little bit. Just because it's one of those little outbuilding things. At any rate, we have made this a whole lot nicer. So I think we can feel pretty happy about that. This is just planks we don't care about. So this is connected, which means it is time to go ahead and just get rid of all that mess. Logs and planks, again, we have a whole lot of those. So that's fine. It's gone. This... oh, this is going to look kind of funky unless I do something here. Let's delete that. Here, those two. I know they can't get there. I know, we're going to fix that. That'll make that flow a little bit better. I know it has to go through here, but there's no reason to have it look completely ridiculous. Just come take care of that. This no longer needs to have a path coming out there. This doesn't need to be here either. They can actually come all the way around, so then that goes away. That goes away. Which means this can go away. So now we have that ready to go. Yeah, that looks so much better cleaned up like this. Very nice. Very nice. We'll leave this to fill in with probably pines and birches, depending on which one wants to reproduce first. And then I think we can pretty much call this area just about done. We haven't had any problems with ingredient shortages that are not something we deliberately did ourselves. So I believe we are in a really good spot. Really good spot. We just need to get the bot numbers back up, and that's one of those things that is just going to take a whole lot of time, so we can leave that alone. Everything's looking good here. I'm just trying to see. Okay, extract is a problem in this district because it's not producing any. This district is producing some, but they're probably using almost all of it in here to make catalyst, which we probably don't need to make here, but we're making anyway. Oh, this needs to be removed. Let's get rid of that. Doing some little final cleanup stuff. Yeah, this is so much better. It looks so much better just like this. Now it's like an actual kind of island thing here. And if we really wanted to be fancy, we could cut a little trench here to come out this way. Or we could just blast all this completely down to where it meets up here. That actually might be a better way to do it, but I don't think we need to worry about it. I think we're doing okay. This can get blasted out like I was originally planning to. If I can click on it. There we go. That's done. That's done. Get that out of here. Yeah, coming over here to get a log. And then the planks they don't want. Alright, so that goes away. Big, big, big improvement. Probably could have done this as part of last video, but hey, you know how this goes. Just the way it is. So, taking a look at the notes, most of them were people saying, hey, I really like this a whole lot better, which is great because I was posting this video and I said to myself, man, this is awful. Like, I completely screwed up almost everything with the supply of bots and the supply of resources and this and that, and, oh, I could have made this look more symmetrical or whatever, but then almost everybody leaving comments about this say, hey, this is a huge improvement. But somebody did say, wow, I can't believe you built all of that storage and you didn't have any of it set to obtain or supply. But do we need to? Do we need to? We're fine. We're doing A-okay. The only problem we have right now is we just don't have enough bots. So, in the absence of any other really clearly defined concrete goals for this episode, I'm just time-lapsing here so we can get some bots made up while we try to think about what we're going to be doing with the rest of this playthrough. And by the rest of this playthrough, I mean the finale, which is going to be Friday of this week. So we see our bot friends botting away. So let me know. What would you like to see in the finale? Obviously, we're going to set off the Earth Recultivator at least once. Depending on how long it takes to resupply with stuff, we might get to set it off again. But that was my main goal, to end the series with using and activating the Wonder and getting some fun stats about our playthrough and just enjoying what we've made. But if you have something else that you are absolutely dying to see done that we have not yet done, then drop that below and I will see what we can do before we put this playthrough to bed. It would be nice to have all of the major goals accomplished. But I feel like we've done just about everything there is to do in the experimental Update 6 for the Folktales. And I'm kind of glad we took this one out to 40 episodes, you know, because it's one of those things where it's like, all right, well, you could have stopped it at episode 30 and gotten the majority of things complete. But we extended it I thought it went well. The videos have still been performing very, very well relative to most of the other stuff that gets posted, so absolutely happy to do it. And I think we can consider this to be a rip-roaring success. But that's where we're going to leave this one, folks. I know it's a little shorter, so that's probably disappointing. But there truly isn't that much left to do except wait for the bot situation to improve. So, again, that's why I'm time-lapsing this. So I'm just biding my time until we have enough bots to make this whole thing viable, to have everybody not working who doesn't want to be working. But yeah, I appreciate you being here. All the support in this series has been fantastic. Lots and lots of really good engaged commentary, ideas, and so on and so forth. Beard boosters as well. Your support has made it possible to keep this series going as long as it has, in addition to the other series we have going on. Water Beavers crossed 40 episodes too, and probably have at least 15 or 20 more. Roller Coaster Tycoon's done really well. I mean, you guys are just really supportive, and I genuinely appreciate it. So regardless of whether or not you're part of the group that is quote-unquote financially contributing to the stability of this YouTube channel, then I'm glad you're here, and you are valued, you're appreciated, and I very much enjoy getting to spend this time with you. But that's all we got for this one. We'll see you back on Friday for the finale of this series. And of course, we have more Water Beavers coming, and then after this series is done, then I don't know. We'll see what's next. We're not done with the beavers. Not now, not ever, probably. We'll see. But I'm just glad you're here. Whatever it is you're doing, again, stay safe, have fun. We'll see you later. Take care, friends. Bye-bye.